I'm Maddison and I'm a current education student studying at ARU. I'm in my final year, so I'm graduating soon, and I know that you're going to be starting with us soon at ARU, so I wanted to share some tips and hints that may be helpful for your first year with us. My first tip is to look at your reading list when you join. So you'll be given a list of the books that you'll need each trimester to make sure that you complete all of the pre-session, main session and post-session tasks. Most of the books that you will need are freely available online and are accessible through the university library. So that's a good way to save money as well, is to access the books online. Any of the core reading materials that you'll need, your lecturer will signpost to you and say, this is a book that you might need for the duration of the term. And those books might be ones that you may wish to purchase if you wish to make notes in them, or to do some extra reading of your own if it's an area that interests you. My second tip is to get to grips with Canvas. That is the teaching platform that we use, where the majority of all of your resources and pre-recorded lecture or seminar videos will come from. It can be a bit tricky at first to get the hang of, but once you have the grip of it, it's really easy to navigate, and there are lots of staff on site, both virtually at ARU or on campus, that can help you with this. My next tip would be to book a session with Study Skills if you are new to writing or haven't written an essay in quite some time. So when I joined my first year at ARU, it had been quite some time since I'd written an essay, so I wanted to get a study skills session booked in so I could improve my academic writing. The librarians who run these courses are extremely friendly and helpful, and don't be afraid to ask any questions to improve your writing. My next tip is to make sure that you use your personal development tutor. So when you start university, you'll be assigned a personal development tutor, and they will support you throughout your time studying at ARU. But if you have any questions at all or hesitations about the modules or course content, you can get in touch with them anytime, and they're there to provide you with advice and support. My next tip would be to attend any of the induction days that are advertised to you throughout the coming months or when you first begin the course. This is a great way to meet people on your course and get to know some of your peers, as you'll be working with them for the duration of your course, perhaps in some group work, and also it's great to have people to lean on when you need study advice or support. I'd also make sure that you see what the university has to offer outside of the academic world. So Anglia Ruskin has a huge range of societies and sports clubs that you can join. You can also get involved in volunteering. In my first year, I joined the netball team, and this continued to my second and final year. It's been one of my favourite things I've done with Anglia Ruskin, and joining the team was really exciting, a great way to get back into a sport that I hadn't done in a really long time, and meet a great group of girls from completely different courses that I would have never otherwise perhaps met during my time at ARU. So I highly recommend that you look at some of the societies and sports clubs that are available on offer, because it's important that you have that balance between your academic study and enjoying your time at ARU. My next tip would be to get some support if you need it. Unexpected things do happen while we're studying. For me personally, during my first year of study, I got quite unwell, and then I had to have quite a serious operation. Whilst this might not happen for everyone, this made me feel very uneasy about my study, and there is support in place if something like this happens to you, about seeking an extension for your work, or if you have any personal circumstances which may restrict some of your ability to meet deadlines, etc. Just make sure you seek that support if you need it. There's a free counselling and wellbeing service available at the university. Likewise, if you're joining the university and you have a specific learning impairment such as dyslexia, the university is really great in supporting you throughout your study. My final tip would be to make sure that you get some kind of journal or planner to manage your time. University is a time where you're really independent and you're expected to manage a lot of your time yourself. So your lecturer will give you guidance about how much time you should be committing to study, but we all know there are other things that we want to commit to as well. This may be socialising with friends, working part-time, volunteering with the university. So we know that there's that kind of balance that you need to maintain. So making sure that you're just prioritising your time and ensuring that you have a healthy as possible, or healthy as much as you can, work-life balance. That's not to say that time does need to be spent towards your study, because it really does. So make sure that you do try to do as much as you can of the pre-session and post-session tasks, because they're there to and designed to help you support you during your study. Really engaging with all of the opportunities provided to you by your lecturer will help you ensure that you have the best understanding of the content that you're learning. But getting a diary can really help just manage that process and your own time, both personal and academic. So I hope some of these tips have been helpful for you, and we look forward to seeing you in September.